Hey guys, it's Madison and welcome to another kind of casual language learning vlog for this January. The purpose of this vlog is mainly just trying to focus on accomplishing some of my goals for this month. I actually made a language learning bingo for the month of January and it is nearing the end of January now. It's currently Friday, January 24th, and so I only have 6 or 7 more days of the month to accomplish these goals that I set for myself. And honestly, out of the 16 goals that are on this bingo board that I made, I've only accomplished 1 or 2, I believe, so I definitely have some catching up to do. It's fine if I don't achieve all of them, but I would love to accomplish every single one of these goals if I can, and so the purpose of the next couple of days is to kind of get into action and work more towards accomplishing these goals. The first one being some Chinese stuff. I want to finish a story onto Chinese and also do some Mandarin grammar, so hopefully in the next couple days I can do that. And then I also have some Japanese goals as well that I have not touched so far this year, so hopefully in the next day or two I can work towards those goals. I also have a ton of Korean goals as well that I probably will be working towards as well, but I have done a decent chunk of Korean already this month, and so I'm trying to focus on getting a few Mandarin and Japanese stuff knocked out over the next few days. So yeah, hopefully I can accomplish something in Mandarin and something in Japanese today specifically. It is a bit of a busy day. I will be taking my dog Zoe to the vet in a bit with my mom, and then later in the evening I am going to Auburn to do some swing dancing, so we'll see if I can get anything done on the commute to and from there. Maybe I can squeeze some Korean here or there as well. We shall see what I have time for, but yeah, that is the big picture goal for today, and I will check back in later with what I was able to accomplish. Hello from the next day. As you guys saw, I did manage to meet my minimum goal of doing something in Mandarin and something in Japanese yesterday, although I ended up having a lot less just time and energy than I had originally hoped to work on language stuff. I at least did manage to meet that bare minimum of things I wanted to accomplish. Right after taking Zoe to the vet and getting her all of her shots for this year, I had to go straight to swing basically from there after that, and I ended up not having enough time to pull up a podcast and figure out what I want to listen to in Mandarin or Japanese, so I just did music there and then forgot on the way back to pull anything up either. So no podcast, no listening in any languages on the driving time, unfortunately. But like you saw, I did manage to do some reading after that before going to bed. Honestly, I was so tired that I was tempted to skip it altogether and just go to bed, but thankfully I am glad that I did decide to get up and do 20 or 30 minutes of reading before bed, because I definitely had enough energy to do so, and I would have been disappointed if I did not. So here we are the next day. I'm not really any less tired than I was yesterday for some reason. I don't think I slept well, and so I'm feeling a bit tired, but I've just been kind of relaxing all day, and that's not really helping me feel less tired. I'm still just kind of feeling exhausted by just laying around. So I thought I would have, or try to have, a more productive day today and give myself kind of a list of tasks I want to accomplish from kind of my general goals for the month. And if I manage to accomplish all of the more active tasks for the day, then I'm going to reward myself by catching up on a few episodes of a drama that I started a while back and just haven't caught up on in the past few weeks. So here's the tasks that I want to accomplish hopefully today. It is more than I originally anticipated, but I think I have enough time to accomplish them all today. It's just around 4 p.m. right now, so I have several more hours to be productive today. First of all, I want to continue reading both the things I started yesterday, a little bit of that Chinese story, the fighting crickets one, and then also a little bit more of that Japanese reading as well. The story I started yesterday on Yomi Yomo was actually probably too easy for me, but honestly, it was a nice little affirmation for myself. Since it has been so long since I've actually seriously studied, it was nice to see that even with all the furigana turned off, I could recognize all the very basic kanji. It is a very low milestone, but it is nice to see at the very least that I do recall at least all these very, very basic pronunciations of characters that have not disappeared completely from my brain. So that is nice, but I do want to continue doing that, even though it is, again, very easy. It is kind of nice to gain confidence again that I haven't forgotten everything in Japanese. I still do have in the dusty recesses of my brain some knowledge of kanji and reading and, just basic Japanese stuff. So for Korean, I want to do a little bit of extensive reading, a little bit of intensive reading, and also I want to watch some news. So lots of goals for Korean for the day. And then finally, a non-languagey kind of goal, I want to finally get back into drawing. I was doing Drawbox. It's like a website that has like drawing challenges or like lessons, I guess you could say, that I started like a year ago or over a year ago probably at this point, and I want to get back into that. And so I want to kind of rewatch their old videos and kind of recall the basic stuff I already did before trying to move on to the next little drawing tasks that they have. So I don't really care how much I do of that today. I just want to start doing something of drawing today to kind of get me back in the groove for doing that as well. So those are all of my tasks that I have that hopefully I can achieve. That was 6 tasks if I recall correctly. And then kind of a bonus task, maybe some Mandarin grammar as well. We'll see how much time I actually have, but that is just kind of an extra bonus if I have time and energy and motivation for that. I will do that as well, but after all those things are hopefully accomplished, I will allow myself to relax at the end of the night and catch up on some of that drama. So yeah, that is my goal for today. We shall see how much I'm actually able to accomplish before tomorrow. Okay, time for an update. Obviously, I did not achieve all of the tasks I wanted to achieve yesterday. Honestly, I realized pretty early on that it just was not going to be enough hours in the day to accomplish all the things I wanted to get done, much less watch any reward of drama episodes afterwards. So I'm okay with what I did. I did manage to do some Mandarin again, some Japanese again, some extensive reading, which we're going to get there in a second because I have some issues with the story I read. But yeah, I had forgotten to take into account the fact that the women's doubles final was going to be on at 10 p.m. for the Australian Open, which I did want to watch with my family. And so I had fewer hours in the day available to study than I had originally thought I did. So yeah, happy with what I did manage to accomplish, even though it wasn't everything I had hoped to. I did wish I had gotten some drawing in, but I can do that today, hopefully. So yeah, moving on to a hopefully quick rant about the short story that I read yesterday, because I'm very triggered, very, very triggered by the content of the second short story of the crime murder solving novel that I started in my last video. So, yeah, I was just shocked, horrified, grossed out. So I was not a happy camper, obviously, as I was reading this story. So honestly, I considered still reading the other stories because the first story was not explicit at all. It was just like a whodunit more Sherlock Holmes kind of mystery, which is mostly what I've read in the past. Nothing explicit like this, but I didn't want a chance happening upon another story where other explicit stuff happens, so I'm going to stop reading this book now after the first 2 stories. It is not for me. So that's unfortunate, but moving on from the rant to today's activities, I think it's already like too late to do a ton of stuff. Honestly, I was kind of just seething over the story for the entirety of the day today, and also watching a replay of the men's singles final from last night. But I think I am going to try and do the things that I did not finish from last night. It's already 8 o'clock p.m. and we are doing board game night, I think, so hopefully I'll have time to squeeze it all in. We shall see. At the very least, I at least want to draw. So hopefully I will at least do that one thing today. But as always, we shall just see what I have the time and energy to finish. So actually, we ended up staying up until like 1 a.m. playing this game. It's called Ticket to Ride, and it's very fun. But yeah, because of that, did I do any drawing? No. Did I do any language stuff at all? No. Did I film an ending to this video? No. So here we are. I will leave you guys here for this video. I will see you guys in the next one, and until then, annyeong.